Guys, this is a video that I never thought I'd have to do, but I'm broke. I'm broke. And I need your guys' support financially. Basically, my girlfriend, she has a neurological condition, and for the last 5 months, it's been really bad, and she's not been able to work. And I've been working, but I really fucking hate my job. And I'd rather just not do it and do YouTube full time. But unfortunately, my 2,000 views a month just doesn't bring in enough money. I mean, sure, I had things that I could sell. I have my 3 monitors, 2 Xbox Ones, a PS4, a potato PC, but that badly needs upgrading. It's like 4 years old. And the graphics card I want is at least £250. The camera you're watching me right on now is a 720p. 720p webcam instead of 1080. I can't even afford 1080p. My car has to go for MOT next month, and I don't think it's gonna pass. So I'm gonna have to buy a new car. I have a fucking cat and a dog, for fuck's sake. I need you to feed them. My girlfriend's so ill, but I'm not actually going to elaborate on what's wrong with her. Please. I just need $10,000. And that will keep me going until the next Call of Duty. Because when that comes out, the views will go up. And I know I'm going to be fucking awesome. That was so much fun. Hey, what is up, you sexy beasts? My name is Shadowfax and or Louise, whichever you want to call me, and holy fucking shitballs! Did that yesterday's video do well? Like, I honestly was not expecting it to do that well, because I was expecting a shit ton of hate from Biblical Reapers fans, if they did see it, and luckily for me, like, a load of you have seen it, and you actually have brains, and are not sort of been drawn in and manipulated by this little weasel, because it's just, I've had so many likes on that, and so many new subs as well. So all you new subs, all you new people here, thank you, welcome. I hope you enjoy the channel, and I hope everyone enjoyed that little like parody shit that I did at the beginning. It was really fun to make. But this will probably be like my last video that I make on Biblical Reaper, because I don't want him to get any more attention, because this is really what he craves. But I've been thinking about it today, and I've just got even more mad. And it's simply because, for one, some people aren't realising why everyone's getting mad at him, and it's because literally like the way he handled it, and how the first video is all about how he has a disease and it made him lose his job, and so he had to make YouTube his full-time job, and it's just not bringing in the money, and he's run on hard times, and it really draws you in and makes you really have so much sympathy for this guy, and you just really like feel for him, and you're like, oh my god. But he doesn't, in that first video, go on to elaborate that the reason that he has no money left isn't because he lost his job, it's because he spent it like an idiot. He spent it on COD XP, on an iPhone 7 that's like over $1,000, a $700 camera, shit like that. Like, what is wrong with him? He's got like a $400 microphone while I'm sitting here with a blue snowball ice. Like, are you fucking for real? Like, I don't even know. It's absolutely ridiculous. He's just spent his money like an idiot, so then he ends up doing 2 more videos to try and sort of do a little bit damage control and kind of backtrack a little bit, and it just makes himself look even worse, to be honest. So, but he's also, in this first video, he threw out about he has a disease called sarcoidosis, I think it's called, and I did a little bit of research on it, and it's not a nice disease, it really isn't. And it's basically, from what I read, like your immune system can go into overdrive and start when you get like a cold, and you can be more susceptible to stuff like colds and stuff, and then when you do get it, your immune system goes into overdrive and starts attacking parts of your body. And for some people, this can be really, really fucking nasty. It can even like lead to having to have parts of their lung taken away if it attacks their lungs, have a lung transplant. It can attack their heart, and it can eventually kill them. And it's very, very rare, and by the sounds of it, like, doctors don't really know what to do with it. It sounds very much like, in a way, like what my girlfriend has got wrong with her. Like I said in the parody bit, she has a neurological condition. That is true, and she has been off work for 5 months with it because it's got really bad recently. And it's something that's very rare. It causes her, it's called episodic ataxia type 2 if you want to look it up. And it causes her to have balance issues and everything. Like at the moment she's walking around with a stick. It's the only way she can stand upright. Because it's so rare, like doctors don't really know what to do about it. And this is the same with sarcoidosis. It's rare. Doctors don't really know what to do about it. But what I did read is that there's the acute side of it, which is what the majority of people end up having, and it can not cause them much trouble at all, and they are literally treated for it with over-the-counter like painkillers, and sometimes they do take steroids for it as well. But basically they're able to like live a normal life. They're able to go out and work. You know, it doesn't really affect them too much in their day-to-day life. Yes, it's not nice, but they can live with it. They can get on with it. And then you've got the chronic side of it where it starts to attack your organs like really badly, like your lungs and your heart. So, and people have actually died from that. Like the cause, like that's been the main reason they've died, because it's caused problems with their lungs and their heart. They've had to have lung transplants and shit. So it's really nasty disease. But sort of like what got me is he just said what the disease was. He didn't elaborate on it. He didn't elaborate on how bad it is for him. He didn't say whether he has it chronic or acute. Now, I'm assuming, because he hasn't really gone into detail with it, and he hasn't also said that he's had to have surgeries and he's had to be in hospital, which is what a lot of the people that have it chronic have been saying that I've been reading on the internet. He hasn't said any of that, and we've never really seen him like miss YouTube, like be missing from it. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that he's got it acute, in which case it's perfectly sort of easy enough to live with. So really, like, he kind of threw this out there, I've got this disease, to try and get sympathy and not elaborate on it, not say how bad it is, because I suspect it's actually not that bad for him. He hasn't got it that bad, and he's just basically trying to use it to get people's sympathy. And have you ever heard of a company that has sacked someone because they're ill? They actually can't do that. That is actually illegal. Like my girlfriend, her condition doesn't seem to be getting any better. Doctors don't really know what to do. And of course, if this goes on for too long, the company that we work for is going to do something about it. They're not going to be able to keep her on the payroll because they need somebody there filling that position. But they're not just going to sack her. She'll be sort of discharged from duty and she'll go down as disabled, in which case then she'll be entitled to benefits. Hopefully it doesn't get that far. Really, fingers fucking crossed. But you know, that is what would happen. They wouldn't just sack her and leave her to make her own way in the world with absolutely nothing. That's absolutely ridiculous, and no company can do that. And he said he worked for a major corporation, so they definitely would not be doing that kind of shit, because otherwise he could make a big hoo-ha about it, go to the papers, sue them, and get a shit ton of money out of them. So they would, let's face it, they would be careful about what they did. But really, I just feel like he's manipulated everyone so badly. He really has. And this whole disease thing, it really is like he's trying to make out like he's just said I've got this disease, so people go, oh, and they look it up and they're like, oh my god, that's nasty. But he actually might not have it that bad, and I suspect he doesn't. I suspect that he has it quite acute and it's quite manageable for him to live with. So, but it's also the fact of he threw up proof that he has it. Now, that proof that he threw up, let's face it, unless you're a doctor, you're not going to understand that. That was like, I looked at it and it was complete gibberish to me. And I was just like, whoa. But what I did pull away from it is that it did say something about he doesn't have it in high intensity, which again leads me to assume that he only has it like acutely. So he's able to manage it and live with it. And it's not going to affect his day-to-day life too badly. It's not going to be nice for him, but still, he can still live like a nice, comfortable life. He can still work and shit. So he's trying to manipulate the shit out of everyone to get fucking $10,000. Like, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely stupid. And I watched a video from Grey Disciple. I'm going to leave a link in the description to his video. Go over and check it out. It's really good. And that's talking about how Biblical Reaper has handled this the completely wrong way, and you know how he should just be a man and step up and own up to his responsibilities and fucking sort it out himself. Even if it does mean taking donations from people, do it so that you end up giving them something back for their money. And then you are actually, as Gray says, you would then actually be working for your money. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. I love you guys. Bye. Love you guys. Bye.